Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're re-diving into a topic that's been generating a ton of buzz in the health and wellness world, using continuous glucose monitors, or CGMs. Even if you don't have diabetes, you might have seen athletes, biohackers, or your favorite health influencers wearing these little patches. But are they just a fancy gadget, or can they actually offer valuable insights for the average person? Let's break it down. So, what exactly is a CGM? Traditionally, CGMs are medical devices designed for people with diabetes to help them manage their blood sugar levels. A tiny sensor is inserted just under the skin, usually on your arm or stomach, and it measures your glucose levels in the fluid between your cells every few minutes. This data is then sent wirelessly to an app on your phone, giving you a real-time graph of how your glucose levels are changing throughout the day and night. It's a huge leap from the old finger prick method, which only gives you a single snapshot in time. Now, why would someone without diabetes want to track their glucose? Well, the idea is that understanding your blood sugar responses can help you optimize your health in several ways. We're talking about things like improving your energy levels, enhancing athletic performance, managing your weight, and even potentially reducing your long-term risk for chronic diseases. It's all about a concept called metabolic health. Even in people without diabetes, blood sugar can fluctuate quite a bit. Big spikes and crashes can leave you feeling tired, irritable, and craving more sugar, creating a vicious cycle. By seeing how your body reacts to different foods, exercise, stress, and sleep, you can start making more informed choices. Let's get into the specifics of what you can learn. The most immediate feedback a CGM gives you is on your diet. You might think that bowl of oatmeal is a super healthy breakfast, but for you, it could be causing a massive glucose spike that leaves you crashing and hungry by 10 a.m. On the other hand, you might discover that a food you thought was a guilty pleasure, like a piece of dark chocolate, barely moves your glucose needle at all. It's incredibly personal. What spikes one person's glucose might be perfectly fine for another. A CGM helps you see exactly how your body responds to carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. You can experiment with food combinations like adding healthy fats or protein to a carb-heavy meal, and see in real time if that helps to flatten the curve and provide more stable, sustained energy. Then there's exercise. We all know exercise is good for us, but a CGM can show you why on a metabolic level. You might see how a brisk walk after a meal helps bring your glucose levels down faster. Or you might notice how high-intensity interval training temporarily raises your glucose as your body releases stored energy, but then improves your overall insulin sensitivity in the long run. This data can motivate you to stay active and help you time your workouts for maximum benefit, like using a post-meal walk to prevent that afternoon slump. Sleep is another huge factor. Poor sleep can wreck your metabolic health. You might notice on the CGM data that after a night of tossing and turning, your fasting glucose is higher the next morning, and your body is more resistant to insulin. This means the same breakfast you ate yesterday might cause an even bigger spike today. Seeing this connection firsthand can be a powerful motivator to prioritize good sleep hygiene, turning off screens, keeping a consistent bedtime, and creating a restful environment. And let's not forget stress. When you're stressed, your body releases cortisol, a hormone that can raise your blood sugar levels. You might see a glucose spike during a stressful work meeting or while sitting in traffic, even if you haven't eaten anything. This highlights the deep connection between our mental and physical health. Recognizing these patterns can encourage you to incorporate stress management techniques like deep breathing, meditation, or just taking a short break when you need it. So it all sounds pretty amazing, right? But before you rush out to get one, there are some important things to consider. First, cost and accessibility. CGMs are not cheap, and without a diabetes diagnosis, they usually aren't covered by insurance. You'll likely be paying out of pocket, which can run into a few $100s a month, depending on the brand and subscription service you choose. There are several companies now marketing CGMs directly to the wellness consumer, often bundled with an app that provides analysis and sometimes even coaching. Second, let's talk about the data itself. A CGM provides a massive amount of information, and it can be easy to get overwhelmed or misinterpret what you're seeing. It's crucial to remember that some glucose variability is completely normal and healthy. Our bodies are designed to see a rise in glucose after we eat. The goal isn't a perfectly flat line, but obsessing over every little bump and wiggle can lead to anxiety and an unhealthy relationship with food. It's about looking for broad patterns and trends, not perfection. For example, consistently high fasting glucose or very dramatic, prolonged spikes after most meals are patterns worth paying attention to. This brings me to my next point. Context is everything. It's important not to look at glucose in isolation. How you feel your energy, your mood, your hunger levels is just as important as the number on the screen. If your CGM shows a small spike after a banana but you feel fantastic and full of energy, that's probably not a problem. The CGM is a tool to help you connect the dots, not a judge of your food choices. So, who is a CGM for? If you're a data-driven person who loves to experiment and optimize your health, it can be a fascinating tool. It can be incredibly empowering for anyone looking to fine-tune their diet for better energy, manage their weight more effectively, or simply understand their body on a deeper level. Athletes looking to dial in their fueling and recovery strategies can also find immense value here. However, if you have a history of disordered eating or find that tracking data makes you anxious, a CGM might not be the right tool for you. The constant feedback could potentially fuel obsessive behaviors. In these cases, it's always best to work with a qualified professional, like a registered dietitian or a doctor, who can help you navigate your health journey in a supportive and mentally healthy way. And of course, if you are having symptoms that concern you, like excessive thirst, frequent urination, or unexplained fatigue, it's essential to see a doctor for a proper diagnosis rather than just self-experimenting with a CGM. Remember, this is a wellness tool, not a diagnostic one for non-diabetics. To wrap things up, using a CGM without having diabetes can offer some fascinating and potentially powerful insights into your metabolic health. It can help you personalize your diet, optimize your exercise, and understand the impact of sleep and stress on your body in a way that was never possible before. But it's not a magic bullet. It's a tool that requires investment, a willingness to learn, and a healthy mindset to avoid data overload and anxiety. The real power comes from using the information to build sustainable, healthy habits that make you feel your best. What do you think? Have you ever tried a CGM? Are you curious about it? Let me know your thoughts and questions down in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks so much for watching, and if you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content. I'll see you in the next one.